Hello everybody, my name is Noxious Ping. It definitely has been a while, but I had a very weird / educational idea for a video. It was very random too. So today I want to be talking about modern day racism. So on Twitter I've seen a little bit of controversy about the subject of reverse racism. Basically, reverse racism is the perpetuation of stereotypes against white people, even though white people are pretty much considered the prominent race in society because there's a lot of them, and people, especially in America. So basically, white people are the quote-unquote supremacy people and the most, prominent race of society, and everybody, or there's an argument of, okay, can there be racism against white people, or can there not be racism against white people? Some people argue that since white people are the dominant race, I mean, not that sounds racist in and of itself. That's because I'm just using the wording it says on Wikipedia. Since white people are the prominent, that's the word I'm looking for. The most prominent race, that they can't experience racism of themselves. So other white people have said, well, racism doesn't have to racism in and of itself. The belief that all members of each race possess characteristics or abilities specific to that race, especially as to distinguish it as inferior or superior to another race or races. So basically, white people are saying we can have characteristics prejudged onto us. That's what prejudice means, onto us. Whites argue that that is a form of racism, prejudging people to think that every person of this race has a certain characteristic about them is what racism is by definition. Can white people feel oppression from other, it's a stereotype. It's all about stereotypes. Oh, all white people are school shooters and all white people get frisky with their cousins and all that stuff. That's racism, but people that are minorities are saying that's very minor racism compared to the oppression and scared just being in a member of society. Because if I'm a male white guy, I don't have to be as scared of getting killed by a cop or whatever. I'm just using that as an example per se, because of all the media blowing up every single minority being killed. Anyways, so basically, I was independent of this. I was on YouTube the other day, and I thought it was kind of funny because I was just on Twitter looking at the reverse racism arguments and stuff like that. And I go on the front page of YouTube, and it's a video from CNN, and it says, "Where did the N-word come from?" or something like that. So I'm not going to say the N-word, but I'm going to have someone say it for me.
Hello friends, I am now speaking for No Hacks, Just Ping. This is the N-word. Maker.
Okay, so you guys probably thought that this is a really weird video for me to be talking about, especially on a gaming type of channel, and I only wanted to talk about this so I could bring up a different point. Okay, so you may be able to see in the title of this video the Mcgurk effect. So you see modern day racism and the Mcgurk effect, and most people know what racism is, but you don't know, most people on the top of their head don't know what the Mcgurk effect is. So the reason that I wanted to bring this up is I wanted to prime your minds. I know it sounds like so weird, and it sounds like I'm just trying to bring controversy and views to my channel, but there's a big story behind this. So in my choir class, we were learning this song called Cantante Domino. It is a Latin song that is basically praising God. So we had learned the first couple of lines of this song, and then class ended, and I wanted to hear how the rest of it sounded. So I looked it up on YouTube, and I found a video. And I listened to it. I'm like, okay, this is a pretty cool song that my teacher had chosen for us. I think that it will be a cool final product. So later on, like a week later, we had learned the rest of the song. So I'm like, all right, and let me compare that to the video that I had watched before and try to practice, just so I can see how I'm doing or whatever. I don't know, it's a weird story, but I look up the same video on YouTube, and I see that there was one line in particular that the people who were singing on the YouTube video sing different than how we sing it during class. So I said, okay, well, so one of us has the pronunciation wrong. Obviously, since it's Latin, I don't really know who's right. So the solution that I had was to go on Google Translate and to type in these words. So the words are feciteum, or we sing feciteum, but the Google Translate says it differently. It says feciteueme.
Feciteueme.
Anyway, so they on the video they said feciteum instead of feciteum, and the only reason that I looked this up was to see who was right and who pronounced, like, if I could tell my choir teacher, oh, it's supposed to be feciteum, or no, it's feciteum, and I don't have to tell anybody. So I look it up on Google Translate, I type in Latin, and then the pronunciation that it gives me is feciteum.
Feciteueme.
Anyways, so I translated that to English to see what it was, and the word is the word that I played before.
Maker.
And so the translation of feciteum is maker. So I'm guessing that it was referencing God to the maker or something like that, since it's a praising song towards God. So M-A-K-E-R, maker, like the maker of cookies. So I'm on my phone, I'm showing my brother this. I start playing the sound effect for the English lady on Google Translate saying maker.
Maker.
And I didn't think anything of it, but like 3 people around me started looking at me and giving me dirty looks. I'm like, what? I'm just playing the word maker. Maker. And my brother's like, why are you playing the N-word on your phone? I'm like, what? I'm not. I'm playing maker. And I showed him, and I started, he's like, oh, well, I heard the N-word. And so then I'm like, oh, that's weird. So I started playing it again and again, trying to listen for the N-word. And I heard it. And so when I was primed to see that it's maker and I didn't think anything of it, I only heard maker. You see, I was primed to hear the word maker because I was reading the word maker on the screen, and that's what I was expecting to hear. So I wasn't really listening for anything else. So I didn't think anything of it. I was expecting to hear the word maker because I was primed by reading it on the screen. So that's why I heard maker and not anything else. But those who were around me and weren't primed, they weren't looking at the screen, they were just open to any interpretation of the word that they wanted, heard something else. That's why it sounded like the N-word to them. So this phenomenon is known as the Mcgurk effect. So I want to kind of show you a demonstration of this. So I'm going to show you a couple of video clips.
Maker. 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 Maker.
And every time that I switch the words, I'm not changing the audio clip. The audio clip remains the same.
Maker. Maker.
By the way, you can go check this out right now on Google Translate. If you type in feciteum to Latin, just like I had it typed in before, and translate it to English and click the pronunciation of the English word, it plays that exact audio track. So anyways, this is the Mcgurk effect, basically priming your mind in a visual way into being able to see 2 different pronunciations of the same audio clip into different, interpreting it to different words. So that's why I brought up the fact of modern day racism, because I didn't know how to bring up the N-word without saying, all right, let me show you a audio clip of a girl saying the N-word, because I don't know, I wanted to prime your minds in a different way than that. So many of you guys may have seen this video clip on Brain Games or something like that of the Mcgurk effect. There's the dude who says fa 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 with an F, and then it's ba 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 ba.
Concentrate first on the right of the screen. Now to the left of the screen. The illusion occurs because what you are seeing clashes with what you are hearing.
I'll put a link to it in the description. That's basically the Mcgurk effect, and I wanted to show you that. I thought that was really interesting. This whole maker and the N-word, and I also had a little bit to say about modern day racism as well. I thought I could tie that into it somehow, but I thought that was a really funny thing that happened to me. So that's the whole reason that I brought up this video is, you know, it was a funny situation, but I wanted to not trick you guys, but like show you guys what I meant by the Mcgurk effect, and hopefully it worked on you. Hopefully you heard the N-word when I primed it and I showed it on the screen as the N-word.
Maker. Maker.
But yeah, I don't know. Tell me if it worked on you. And also, if you feel like it, you can tell me what your opinions are on modern day racism. Is reverse racism a thing? Do white people feel prejudice? White people are prejudged by others that every white person is racist, or every white person has this or that characteristic, like I said, getting frisky with your cousins and school shooters and stuff. That's racism, but is that to the same extent? Should it be labeled as racism, whereas other races, minorities per se, are feeling hatred and fear to be in public because of just their race. So should they be clumped together? Should white people feel that they should white people say that as racism or not? So that's all I wanted to say for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I know it was a different video, and I know it wasn't Minecraft in the background, but it was kind of Minecraft. I wanted to trick you guys. I saw a video that was Black Ops 3 Minecraft, and I thought it was pretty darn cool. It was like my 2 favorite games ever, and they were all into 2. I'll put the link to the original video of that in the description probably as well. And yeah, sorry for not posting a lot. I know I got a lot of hate on my last video because it was just a quick little 2-minute video of me. I didn't even talk in it, and it was kind of controversial as well. So yeah, I do apologize for the lack of uploads, but hopefully you guys did enjoy this video nonetheless, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a fabulous day. Peace.